Fierce wild boars, armed with razor-sharp tusks, have unleashed chaos across Texas farmlands, shredding fields and obliterating crops, leaving behind thousands of dollars in damage in just one night. Farmers are desperate, pushed to the edge of despair. Traps, poisons, fences, nothing stops these relentless beasts. With no options left, they've turned to us, hunters ready to confront the danger head-on. What will it take to bring down these destructive invaders under the cover of night? Hoof prints scar the earth. Grass trampled flat the undeniable marks of these monstrous creatures. Fearless, they rip through everything in their path. We track their trail, sinking into the cold, dark night, waiting in silence for the perfect moment to strike. Under the moon's pale glow, the field came alive, revealing their shapes foraging in the shadows, bold and unafraid. Anger surged through me. I steadied my rifle. Locked onto the largest boar, and fired. The shot echoed, and though wounded, the beast summoned his last strength. Bolting into the brush, my hunting dog leaped into action, crashing through dense undergrowth until we found it. Collapsed and still, the night deepened, the air sharp with cold. A faint rustle broke the silence ahead. Without hesitation, I raised my infrared binoculars, piercing the inky darkness. Boar's form sharpened into focus. I aimed carefully and pulled the trigger. The shot rang out, and the beast dropped. Instantly, no chance to flee died as the darkness thickened. The boars grew bolder, moving in herds, scouring for food. We closed in fast, determined to take down as many as possible. I tracked one's movement. fired a precise shot, and watched it fall. The rest scattered into the chaos of the night, but I vowed they wouldn't escape so easily next time. A teammate's signal sent us racing to a field under siege by a rampaging herd. Jay took charge, his shots cutting through the darkness with deadly precision. From boars lurking in the brush to those skirting the field's edge, none could outrun his aim. The sheer number of boars was staggering. They'd even smashed into livestock pens, leaving destruction in their wake. After hours of tracking and shooting, we took down a solid number. But it was only a fraction of the horde we'd been warned about. The team repositioned quickly. This hunt was far from over. Through my thermal scope, I spotted a mass of boars stalking the forest's edge. More emerged, spilling out to feed. From over 100 meters, I adjusted my stance, locked onto the biggest one, and fired. It dropped instantly, the rest scattering in panic, vanishing into the woods. We pressed on, chasing the escapees deeper into the forest. Suddenly, a lone boar wandered into view, grazing carelessly. I locked on and fired. Perfect shot. Locals had noticed boars creeping closer to the village, their tracks littering the slopes. We headed up the mountain early, aiming to cut them off before they descended further. The steep, slippery slopes tested us. But sticking to their posts boosted our odds. At the base, we parked by a narrow trail, rifles ready, and began our climb. No one expected action so soon. Hank gripped his rifle, eyeing a small mound. A boar burst out, and with a sharp crack, he dropped it before the hunt even officially began. After a 30-minute trek, we reached our ambush point. Below, dense brush blanketed the foothills prime boar territory. A boar dodged Eric's shot, darting into the bushes only to reappear moments later. I held my breath. Finger tight on the trigger, and fired. The deafening blast left no chance for escape. Eric, shifting his aim, spotted a herd climbing the slope. He waited for one to hit a clearing and fired a single shot, sent it tumbling down the hill, the rest fleeing in chaos. At a higher vantage point, Hank caught a boar emerging from a thicket. His shot was instant, dropping it into the brush. In these mountains, boars stick to vegetated paths, making well-placed ambushes deadly effective. Down in the valley, Travis got word of a wounded boar hiding in the bushes. He moved in fast, firing a final shot to end its struggle, stationed at the foot of the mountain. I watched the narrow trail known for wildlife. Rustling broke the silence, and a dark shape emerged. I adjusted my aim and fired a clean shot. Dropped the boar by the roadside. Its brief struggle fading to stillness. These boars are growing bolder, even creeping into fields near homes at night. Our hunts aren't about trophies, they're about stopping chaos. Today's mission in Texas demands skill, focus, and raw determination. Using our tried and true tactic, we split into two teams, scouts with dogs to track and report, and an ambush team ready to strike. Within 15 minutes, a signal came through. A small boar burst from the trees, and Travis, poised at the choke point, dropped it with one shot from a high hunting stand. scanned the silent forest. A boar darted below, but I had already anticipated its path. My shot cracked through the air, swift and lethal. Downing it in seconds. Earlier, we'd scouted a boar-frequented route and set up a fixed ambush. Their poor eyesight made stealth our ally. At just 6 meters, a boar sensed danger too late. Travis fired at close range, and it collapsed onto the leaves. Deeper in the brush, a rustle to my right triggered my instincts. I raised my rifle. Aimed and fired into seconds flat, hitting the boar square in its own domain. The thrill was electric. The scout team relayed another location, and we fanned out. Sealing off escapes. In 15 minutes, we took down several more with tight coordination. As dusk fell, Travis spotted a herd weaving through the trees. One broke off, sprinting into our kill zone. From the trail's edge, I fired, ending his run instantly. The day closed with a dramatic victory in the rugged Texas Panhandle. The devastation hit close to home. Our family's fields, once lush, now a wasteland. The village suffered too, harvest ruined by these cunning beasts. When I heard about the local hunt, I didn't hesitate to join. That afternoon, our team gathered at the mountain's base, adrenaline pumping. Moving through tall grass, I caught a musky scent and distant movement. My rifle snapped up, and as a boar appeared, I fired. Bullseye dropped in seconds. Ahead, the Velen froze, eyes wide. A boar charged him. Fearless, he fired without flinching, dropping it instantly. At the mountain's peak, I had a clear view. The dogs barking led us to another target. My shot rang out, but this boar took multiple rounds to fall. Nearby, the Velen nailed a smaller one with ease. When I radioed Felix about a boar heading his way, Our tight formation left it no escape. Alone, I waited as the dogs drove a boar toward me. It burst out, and one shot ended the chase. In under 10 minutes, our coordinated gunfire took down several more and intense, efficient hunt. On our way down, another group of massive, aggressive boars charged us. Our experience kicked in, and we handled them swiftly. According to recent stats, wild boar numbers in France have skyrocketed from 50,000 in 1970 to over 1 million by 2023. Despite reintroduced predators, their population spirals. Demanding action from hunters like us died in the crisp morning air. Thick, with the scent of wet soil, our team split into strategic groups. The dogs led us to our first target, my gun ready. I dropped the charging boar with one shot. The pack cornered another, and when it bolted, I fired from 50 meters, needing 3 shots to bring it down. My teammates' precise shots echoed, each, or falling in turn, stationed at a choke point. I watched the dogs drive a boar toward us. Lucas fired as one burst from a bush, dropping it in a cloud of smoke. Minutes later, another crossed the dirt path, and a single shot ended its run. Deep in the forest, tension hung heavy. A shadow slipped out, and Dawson's shot dropped it. Seconds later, on a narrow trail, I nailed a charging boar with one instinctive shot. Lucas, waiting at a trail's edge, caught another in full sprint. One perfect shot ended its escape. The day closed with trophies and heart-pounding moments. The Boars will return, but today, victory is ours.